Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome to the working group meeting. So let's check the items from last time. We had this issue about removing the deprecated Windows 2012 stack, and this is now simply closed, and we released already three weeks ago this incompatible version 33 change without a stack. Okay, still no sign of any feedback from any Windows user. FIPS, let's first do this one with the Windows stacks. We now have 2 stacks left. Older one is Windows Server 2016, which is already at the end of mainstream maintenance. And we should also deprecate that one and remove it. And just let me find this thread again. So they answer that they would skip Windows Server 2022 in favor of 2025. Okay, good. So everything, yeah, maybe I should update this issue here. So I'll try to keep track here in this issue about the deprecation of the 2016 stack. And yeah, if there's no feedback, we will just remove it. Okay, then the FIPS stem cell topics. So Dimitar and me just attended the foundational infrastructure meeting where we discussed for half an hour how to proceed. And there's a lot going on, but it seems that there is still some clarification needed whether they want to provide a heavy or a light stem cell. And for either solutions, what has to be changed to get the stem cell builder pipelines running again. So if I have understood things correctly, then Raymond will try to provide a heavy stem cell mid of next week, and that will be uploaded to a private GCS bucket from where we can hopefully consume it. And midterm, the plan is to build a light stem cell, which will then be shared with our AWS development account. So they have to share the AMI image somehow, and then we can consume it directly. So that means for now, we still don't have anything to consume, but of course, we can now continue to set up our validation environment. That is a new AWS bubble environment with a validation pipeline. And then hopefully next week we can switch stem cells and run everything on FIPS. Any questions or comments?
Will that be already a FIPS stem cell, or is it still a standard Gemmy stem cell just to exercise the delivery? The one next week.
As I understand, it is a FIPS stem cell, yes.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, next week could be, yeah. It was mentioned that around 15th of November, there will be the first delivery by Canonical.
Yeah,
let's see.
Keep us updated here in the CF FIPS channel, hopefully. So yeah, Raymond is involved in that, also from SAP, Matthias Fach and Max Höst. So yeah, we can hopefully make some progress. Good. Any other questions? Okay, good. So that would actually be everything from the agenda. Is there any other business from anyone?
Yep. I
Yes.
actually asked what the difference is between a heavy versus light stem cell in the chat.
So
I'm walking
I'm
right
an
now because I'm at
expert.
KubeCon.
Sorry?
Sorry if it's noisy. I'm at KubeCon right now, so I just stepped to the side to take this.
It is noisy. I understood half of the question. So I'm not an expert for building stem cells. As I understand, the heavy one is everything zipped in a big tar, and we can consume this from an S3 or GCS bucket. A light stem cell is where you upload the image once to your infrastructure provider and then can share it across multiple accounts. This is what you can do in AWS. You can reuse an AMI image in multiple accounts without transferring the whole data. So for us, this would mean it could be a bit faster simply for us. So it does not make much of a big difference. If anyone has more insights on heavy versus light stem cells,
yeah,
please.
I think the big thing about the heavy stem cell is it can be used in an air-gapped environment. It doesn't need to download anything from the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the big plus there. The light stem cell, yes, it's a disk image, AMI, however it's handled by the IaaS, and then it's just a list of references for all the different IaaSes that it supports.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the different regions and so on, so that they have locations around the world to make it as fast as possible.
Mm-hmm. But for us, it would not make much of a difference, right? It's just maybe some performance differences.
Yeah, I think standing up a VM with a light style is much faster because the disk image is already there.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, as we probably will consume both heavy and light, we will soon learn about the difference. Yeah, so I hope mid of next week we have some news. We will start setting up the validation pipeline as far as possible.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah, that's actually everything from my side. Any other important business?
Yes. The creator and maintainer of Ginkgo, which we use for CATS, CF smoke tests, and unit tests and a bunch of repos, offered to have a chat with us to discuss pain points that we experience with CATS and presumably smoke tests and other areas where we use Ginkgo. Because he is working on a V3 of Ginkgo right now and interested in potentially incorporating any features that could help us. I guess he's putting a lot of time into it right now, I think because he's getting some interest from Kubernetes end-to-end testing. So yeah, I think it'd be valuable to hop on a call with him and kind of talk through some of the pain points. He's available at 9 a.m. Mountain Time next week, Thursday and Friday, which I think time zone wise matches up to 5 p.m. for in Europe, in Germany. I was guessing on the location in Germany, but if anyone's interested, let me know and I'll add you to the calendar event.
Okay, that would be certainly interesting, although I'm not aware of any. Do we have pain points with Ginkgo? I mean, we have a lot of pain points with unstable tests, but that's not because of Ginkgo.
Yeah, unfortunately not.
I mean,
I've come up with a few. They're more like pain points with cats, but if the answer is, hey, you're just using Ginkgo wrong, then at least that informs what we're doing moving forward. The few things I've come up with have been that the right now when we are doing our cats testing, it has to compile every single test and run every single test, even if it skips everything because of the way we set up our config. I think it would speed up runtimes if we could just skip things in some magical way based on our config selection. Another one was that we've got a weird dichotomy between how we want to like have individual its, but at the same time our setups and our teardowns are super slow. So it's oftentimes faster to actually just have one large it. And we see some suites having these large its so that they can, skip not do the setup and the teardown steps frequently. And some of the tests being split into individual parallelizable nodes. And he's specifically focused right now on introducing stuff like new ordered decorators and things that would let us maybe split up those large its while retaining like a single teardown and setup, which would be kind of interesting. Those are the two big ones I've got. The only other one was that a lot of our code still uses Ben Fuller's like unordered matcher thing. And I was just gonna beg for a Ginkgo unordered matcher so we can stop using that thing.
Okay, so it's about the way how we organize our tests and group them into different test suites.
That's right.
So I'm not really sure if we're doing it right in cats, if we really follow this perfectly follow this behavior-driven pattern. And yes, we have a longer setup and teardown, which is problematic. Yeah, I guess there are many ways to organize tests and organize setup teardown. So okay, I mean, I would be interested to hear about the news of Ginkgo version 3 because I have not read anything yet about that. But I must admit I have no clear idea how we would want to reorganize our test suites and what would be the requirements for Ginkgo then. But okay, still, I mean, if you have an invitation, then okay, this is the.
Yeah, I just dropped the issue in chat for his proposal.
Yeah, I think there's obviously there's like, there's a very real chance it's just like you guys are using Ginkgo super weird and like go away and come back to me later. But at the very least, it'd be interesting to hear what he thinks about the way we're using it because no one knows that framework better than him. And I imagine it'll also be a cool conversation because he used to be the CTO of Pivotal back in the day. So he probably knows Cloud Foundry and cats like maybe better than some of us still. I don't know how much he's retained that over time.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to the conversation. I wanted to just offer it out to anyone who else wanted to get in.
Yeah, well, okay, I can try to attend. And I mean, right now I would not have a clearly formulated requirement for the next Ginkgo, but I will read through that. And Carsten, if you already have some pain points we can discuss, that would be great, of course, yes.
Cool.
Okay, so that was next week, Thursday or Friday?
Yeah, something like that. I think the only like overlapping time zone point was 9 a.m. Mountain Time, which is unfortunately 8 a.m. Pacific Time and 5 p.m. Frankfurt time. But I think that sort of works for all of us.
Should work.
Yeah, it's about as good as it gets. So yeah.
Cool. Well, I'll share the invite with folks once they get it. The only other thing I wanted to bring up was I think that CF Smoke Test might still be using an S3 blob store. I noticed the other day that I don't think it's on the GCP project. We may have missed it when we did blob copying.
Still
It's
missed
pop-
something.
You mean the CI pipeline or?
No, I mean like the actual blobs for
Oh, for the Bosch release. Got it.
yeah, for the CS Smoke Tests release. If someone has it up and can double check, that would be great because I just have this vague recollection. I'm not on my laptop right now.
Okay. Okay, I can do this, checking if the lobster has been migrated. Okay, good.
You should be able to check really fast by just going to the repository and going to the blobs, like config blobs.yaml, and seeing if the target is an S3 or whether it's a GCP.
It's
bucket.
S3.
Yeah.
In the final .yaml, it says provider S3 bucket name.
Yeah. Okay, good. So I wasn't hallucinating that. Yeah, so we should move that over.
Hasn't been touched in 5 years, so yes, we should definitely.
Okay, so we should move it. Okay, good. We can do this. Okay. Anything else? Okay, there isn't anything more, then I wish you a nice day or a nice evening. Then next time when we hopefully have the new stem cell, we may have a bit more to discuss or not if everything works. Yeah.
Sounds good. See how we go.
Okay.
Okay, see you. Bye-bye.
Until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you next time.
Bye.